In this video, I want to talk to you about willpower and why willpower can be ineffective when trying to quit smoking. So a lot of people, they want to quit smoking and they say, I'm just going to give it up. I'm just going to go cold turkey. I'm just going to use willpower to kind of get myself past the addiction. And then eventually I will turn into a non-smoker. And this is very reasonable. This is how I tried to quit smoking. I just figured like the desire to quit smoking would eventually just go away and I would be a non-smoker. But this puts more emphasis on the physical side of the addiction and not enough emphasis on the psychological part of the addiction, which I talked about in past videos, that the psychological addiction is the bigger part of the addiction and the one that you want to focus on. And the physical addiction is actually pretty weak. So the problem with willpower is that willpower acknowledges two things. It acknowledges that you still have this desire to smoke, that smoking is still pleasurable to you and that it will still complete you, that something's still missing. And it also acknowledges that quitting smoking is difficult. So usually what people will do is they'll quit smoking and they'll be using willpower, and they can get past maybe the first couple days, maybe the first week, maybe a month or so, but eventually life will get on top of you and it will eventually stress you out. And in those moments when your willpower is completely diminished and you still have that desire to smoke, you are eventually going to find yourself smoking again. And unfortunately, all that progress that you made just results into falling back into that old smoking habit. So instead, what we want to do is we want to take it one level above that, where we focus on the desire to smoke. And we want to get rid of that desire to smoke. And as soon as we get rid of that desire to smoke, and we don't feel like smoking will complete us, we don't feel like smoking will give us something that we need, then willpower is not needed anymore. And we don't have to kind of stress ourselves out and say, okay, we're going to get past this by using willpower. Another thing is that the human mind is really bad at negatives. So even though we tell ourselves smoking is bad, I don't want to smoke anymore, stop smoking, I'm not going to smoke, but the craving's coming on, I want to smoke all day, but I'm just not going to. But we're putting a lot of emphasis on the smoking in our minds. And like I said, our minds are very bad at the negatives. We're saying, I'm not going to smoke, I don't want to smoke. And all you're thinking about is smoking through the entire day. And willpower eventually depletes, and eventually we just start smoking again because our desire doesn't deplete. So what we want to do is we want to focus on the desire part, get rid of the desire to smoke, and then willpower is no longer needed. And we can do that with hypnosis. So if you want to know more about hypnosis, you want to know how we can get rid of that desire completely, and then willpower is not needed at all, let me know in the comments or send me a DM. Other than that, let me know how the journey's going, and I'll see you in the next video.